Hello, welcome to FHE on the Road with Christine Stevenson. This podcast is designed to connect the people and the places from the past with your lives today, with 5-minute stories and facts from church history. Save these stories for when you are traveling through these areas to bring history to life. Okay, welcome back to FHE on the Road with Christine. Today's recording is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to do a movie review on a movie called 6 Days in August. And it's a church movie about what happened after Joseph Smith died. So the movie is about Joseph Smith and Brigham Young and everything that they went through right before the death of Joseph Smith. And so it kind of gives some background about Brigham Young's life and then back to Joseph Smith. And I thought the movie was incredible. I love spiritual educational movies, and I ended up taking my whole family. I have 3 kids. My oldest is 16, and then I have a 14-year-old, and then I have a 9-year-old. And I honestly was a little bit concerned because I don't want my kids to hate church history. I don't want them to be bored. I want them to be entertained, and I want it to be educational. And that movie hit all of those things. It was really, really good. And actually, from the first scene, this is one part of the movie that keeps playing in my head over and over again. But just in the very beginning, then it shows a couple members of the Quorum of the 12 riding in a stagecoach. And I just love the feeling between those brethren, how it was portrayed. They were so young, like in their 30s, 40s, and all of them are just trying to figure it out. And it was so fun to see like the laughing and the joking and the playfulness of the brethren, because I would never picture Brigham Young playful, like this brotherhood at the beginning of the show. But my kids ended up really enjoying it. They all came out with questions and wondering. My little girl, she's not little, my 16-year-old girl, she was like, Mom, I cried. There is a really emotional part when Brigham Young's first wife died, and it's so sweet. I love how that was portrayed. I actually really loved learning about Brigham Young. I love that he was the person that God called to be the successor of Joseph Smith, and all the chaos and all the crazy that was happening, because I've been trying to record all these Carthage jail stories, and it's not a coincidence that I saw this movie around the same time that I'm recording these Carthage jail stories. I know that as I was recording them, then I kept thinking of this movie. And if people don't go see this movie, they're not going to be able to make any more. And that would be tragic, because I want people to see it to learn, but I selfishly want people to see it so that I can get more of these movies in my life, because it was really, really good. I loved seeing how it was portrayed that Brigham Young supported Joseph Smith in his life. I love in Salt Lake, it talks about the lion house. He was the lion of the Lord. And I could see that in this movie. But I always picture Brigham Young as this really old man who is maybe a little bit frustrated and tired. And it was so fun seeing him as this young guy ready to take on the world. And I really love that the Lord knew what he was doing when he called Brigham Young. And he knew what he was doing when he called Joseph Smith. And their friendship is so beautiful. And I love that this movie shared that with me. And also, one of the actors in it, he was portraying George A. It's the cousin of the prophet Joseph Smith. And he was so cute. Just like his defense of Joseph, and everything was so chaotic around that time in church history. And I love seeing these people portrayed when they're just doing what they know is right. And I love that God works through people, these people who are just willing to try to do what the Lord wants. And I saw so many incredible things in this movie. I thought one of the most powerful scenes to me was when the people gathered at the end of the movie. Brigham Young is trying to get the people out of Nauvoo, and he goes up to the temple. He's told that the people have gathered at the temple and they're not leaving. And so Brigham Young goes up and he kind of yells at him, like, we've got to go. We've got to get out of here. It's not safe. And then people start going up closer to the doors of the temple. It was like they did not want to leave without their endowments and without their ceilings. And that part was so powerful to me, that this church has sprung from this small group of people willing to share it and willing to take it to the world. And I love how it was portrayed. I love this movie. If you have a chance, go check it out. It's called 6 Days in August, and it's playing in theaters right now. Take your families, take your friends, anyone who's interested in church history, and come back and let me know what you think. Hopefully you like it. Thanks. Thank you for listening to FHE on the road today. We hope you enjoyed what you've heard.
Please like, subscribe, and share with anyone who'd be interested in these stories. Thanks.